5 searches. The first of our searches is our people search. Now, you actually...
Dude, I love this search. I've used it so much to fill rooms, to get the right people in the room. The example that I want to talk about here is we had a person jump on the call going, hey, we build, we're a property developer. We've got these amazing developments. I want to find all the property investors in New York who are high net worth individuals. Can you find those guys for me? Literally 30 seconds later, I had a screen full of the property investors in New York. He said, I know that person, that person, that person, which social proof. He already knew that what I was showing him was legit. And he goes, wow, I love this. I'm like, you've said you know the 3. How would you like the other 10? He's like, I'm in. Whatever it is, let's go.
So a property investor in New York. So let's have a look. So we go, this is our people search. So again, over here, we go people search and we do this one. We go, I'm looking for a property investor in New York. All right. So I can go, now this works any continent, any city, anywhere in the world, but I'm going to go New York. All right. So find me property investors in New York. Now we can get a little bit more detailed here. We can turn on some filters. We can say, find me property investors that are CEOs who are running companies with 10 million and above. We can get really specific here. All right. But let's just say, okay, I've got somebody on the call. They're a realtor, a real estate developer, and they are looking to use this program. How can I use it? I'm looking for property investors in New York. Let's go. And I can start to dive in here and I can see property investors in New York. I can literally see how many of them are there, right? So I can say, hang on a second, there's 57,000 of them in New York. Is that enough? Will that keep you busy for a little while? If we could start conversations with a couple of these people, would that be ideal for you? Now, we're using property investors in New York. Guys, who are you looking for? Are you looking for realtors? Are you looking for CEOs? If we could start a conversation with the CEOs of a particular type of company in your location that are doing a particular type of revenue, would that be helpful? Would that be helpful? Right? If we could start those conversations. So not only can we get that information, we say, okay, great, we've got property investors here. What else can we do? Let's add these guys to a list. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're going to say, okay, let's create a list here for property investors, New York. All right. And let's let AI now take a spin at this and see what we can do. Because it's one thing to get the data, but it's another thing to then be able to do something with it. So now we can start to come in and say, okay, we're looking for email addresses here. It's going to run. This will start to populate. We can go and get their phone numbers if we want to. All right. But now we've got their data. We've got their information. Let's find out a little bit more and see if we've got some history and contact information for these people. All right. Let's see if we've got, let's go down to one here. See if we've got some history, company information, and our AI assistant. So we're going to kick in here and see what our AI assistant can do. We go, okay, look, Desti looks like a really great, she's a property investor. I've got a development that I want to run. I want to dig in a little bit more and find out more about this person. And AI can go and research this person, find out who they are, find out what they've done, find out their history and their information, and come back in a second and find out exactly who they are. Okay? Can dig in, can really get us details about this person and find out what they do, who they are, where they work, what skills they've got. All right, we can do that automatically with AI. So now we've got a targeted person using our people search. Guys, would that be helpful? All right, Johan, I know we've got, I can see thank you so much for looking after the chat. Guys, I'm not looking at the chat. Johan's answering the questions, but guys, would that be helpful? We got it there. So Terry says, is that search for LinkedIn? Go for it, man.
I was going to say, so guys, the people search, the first protocol is LinkedIn, and then it does all the enrichment. The second search, which we're going to get into in a second, is Google Maps. And yeah, well, back to you. I'll take care of the chat.
I'll go through all the kinds of different searches. So that one, when we're looking for people, yes, we're starting with LinkedIn, and then we're letting AI do all the enrichment in the background. Okay. So if we look, I'll show you some extra data in it, but you get all of their social signals. You get like what their websites are built on, their history in their company. I'll show you all of that kind of information as well. So guys, if we could find people, I'm looking for marketing managers of construction companies in the continental US that are doing more than 20 million. If we can fine tune that search down, let AI go to work, we can start conversations. I'm going to show you a little bit more about that in just a second. So that is the first of our searches. It's called our people search, and you can use it to find individuals. All right, I'm looking for this type of person. We've had, I've got a sporting club right here in the city that I live in, and I know the owner personally, and they were looking for a new CEO, right? They wanted to find a new CEO. I literally just pulled up sporting club CEOs in Australia, and I found their next hire using the system. So we've got recruitment companies using the program, all kinds of different use cases for that. But conversations are key. All right, conversations are key.